Is this Bitcoin pump over? In today's video, we'll be talking about exactly this, because right now you can see that Bitcoin did get rejected at one of the levels that we talked about in my previous video. I went short, currently up around $55,000 on this trade, and let me run you through the trade. So you can see here that we managed to get a very nice move to the upside. And if you've been tuning into the channel over the past couple of weeks, I discussed the fact that Bitcoin would likely get a move back above $70,000 in its typical bear market rally fashion. So we got the move, we managed to hold on to our point of control as support to $65,000 as support, and then we exploded to the upside above our current range. Now remember, this range has been established since basically the beginning of February, and the longer that we are in a range, the more important its extremities become. And right now, the top of the range was actually sitting at around $72,200, depending on which exchange you're looking at. We managed to go all the way up to this blue line, which we discussed in my previous video, the anchored VWAP, but not quite to the tariff capitulation lows. So the question on everyone's mind is the rally over? From a trading perspective, this was a clear enough signal for me to go short. I also explained it in my previous update, and I have the receipts for it. You can see that I am now in a brand new Bitcoin short. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is a more recent short, although I am still holding my short from around $97,000. All of the trades that you're seeing here were shared in my premium group. If you DM me the keyword CBM on Telegram after clicking this link, you'll get access to my private group where I essentially share all of my own personal trades and my overall market analysis. The only requirement is that you've signed up with one of the affiliate exchange links, but you're trading with your own capital. So if you want to know how I am personally navigating the market when I get in and out of trades, you do have that first link in the description down below. And honestly, I would recommend that you join using Bluffin simply because they have a ridiculous new promotion, which can actually allow you to get up to $50,000 in withdrawable bonuses. I know the crypto exchanges always have some kinds of bonuses, but this is absolutely insane. Of course, it requires a good amount of volume, but depending on how much you're trading, especially if you're a bigger trader, these levels are achievable. And there's other bonuses such as trading bonuses and of course a $20 position voucher for new users. So this is for new signups as well as existing signups. If you're interested, remember you do have the second link in my description down below, and it also gives you access to my community for free. So let's get back to the Bitcoin price action. You can see here that the stock market is obviously contributing to Bitcoin dropping lower. We discussed the fact on the channel that over the past few weeks, if the stock market is to lose its bull market support band, that could be devastating for the crypto market. Now, I'm not here to spread doom and gloom. As you know, I am a long-term bull on Bitcoin, but I trade the market that's right in front of me. And from a risk to reward perspective, with how the stock market was currently looking, with how we managed to go ahead and tap into our key levels at this anchored VWAP from around $97,000, not quite making it to the tariff capitulation lows, in my opinion, it made so much sense to go short. And we also discussed this transparently in my previous video. So now we have to see how the price action develops. If we start to get acceptance below this high, which we are currently at as I'm recording this video, then it does mean that Bitcoin would likely go all the way down to this region, which is the value area high. Lose that level, and that could be all she wrote, and Bitcoin would likely go ahead and move lower. Now, in regards to this trade, my stop loss is at break even, so I risked losing absolutely no capital on this trade. The overall execution was shared in my group, as I mentioned previously, and I'm still very comfy in my short from higher up. I am targeting lower levels for Bitcoin, especially if the stock market continues this trajectory. The previous time that the stock market dropped below its bull market support band, you can see how devastating this drop was. Now, I'm not here to spread FUD. I'm just sharing with you how I am personally trading this market. Do I believe in Bitcoin long term? The answer is yes. But with this kind of bear market price action, it makes sense to trade it as such. That's why I've constantly said that I'm looking for swing shorts in this market while trying to play a couple of scalp longs. But ultimately, this is a bear market rally, and no one can tell you with absolute certainty whether or not Bitcoin will continue up, or if we continue to get acceptance below these levels, find ourselves back within the range, and then ultimately going below this low down to around $60,000. Now, some of you might be asking once more, what is my bear market target for Bitcoin? We discussed the possibility of actually going sub 50K, but I would consider slowly DCAing in if we start to get price action below $60,000 with a small portion of my cash position ready to be allocated towards Bitcoin. The lower we go, the more I buy. That is my personal strategy, of course. Now, I also wanted to take you through the Bitcoin exchange liquidation map. You know we like to do this on the channel. There is, on the 30-day time frame, significantly more cumulative long liquidation leverage in the market compared to cumulative short liquidation leverage in the market. And what this means is a lot of people have started piling into longs over the past 30 days. I mean, it makes sense. Look at this price action. We got a very, very nice move to the upside. But the question that everyone has now is the rally over? Only time will tell. I'm positioned. My group is positioned. Now we have to see how the price action develops. Coinbase Premium Index, of course, this contributes to the pump. And we also have the fact that on this Bitcoin exchange liquidation map, there is a lot of long liquidity to the downside, but I would still not rule out a sweep higher. At this point in time, my strategy remains exactly the same. If Bitcoin does manage to go ahead and sweep the tariff capitulation lows, this would be an interesting SFP level for me to consider shorting Bitcoin once more, targeting much lower levels. But let's see how the price action develops. We've swept a critical level, and for now, Bitcoin does look like it wants to go ahead and move lower. And the last thing I want to show you in this very quick update, Bitfinex whales are gradually unwinding their long positions, which also contributes to the price going down. So keep your eyes on the stock market. Keep your eyes on Bitcoin within its existing range. If the stock market loses its bull market support band, it's highly likely that Bitcoin will just go ahead and move lower. And before we wrap up the video, please remember that tomorrow is a pretty important day. We will be getting the non-farm payrolls data along with retail sales month over month, and of course, the unemployment rate. So keep your eyes on this because it could signal Bitcoin's next big move. And that sums up today's quick video. In my previous video, we talked about the levels that I was looking at for Bitcoin to consider going short. Well, I am now short. Let's see how the price action develops and if Bitcoin will continue its descent, or if we can go ahead and sweep higher levels before likely rolling over once more deeper in the bear market. Guys, I am not a perma bear. I'm just trading the market that is right in front of me. And by the way, if you want to know how I am trading the market, you do have that first link in the description down below to be able to join my group. As always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.